it's okay, we can have serious thing, but then I think we should be more diverse, and then we can then facilitate more people that can enjoy art rather than a certain type of people.
Traditional Chinese opera, with the singing, recitation, acting, and acrobatics, is ancient yet somewhat rigid, while experimental theater is avant-garde and ever-evolving. With these two make the world of Jin Yong's martial arts, with its tales of Jianghu, full of joy, amity, vastness, and ethereality, they collide and create incredible sparks. It becomes a visual and cultural feast, unfolding on the theater stage. Behind the scenes, the driving force behind it all is Matthias Wu, the artistic director of Zuni Icosahedron, based in Hong Kong. I watched the show on Friday night. It was stunning. The curtain dropped from the above and all the opera facial makeups are appearing in front of us. And also you can hear the birds flying from the left side to the right side. It was very, very immersive. It makes me feel like I'm a character or an observer in the story instead of just an audience. So tell me about everything about the stage design and why you're choosing such theatrical expression.
We try to create, use a new technology to present traditional Chinese Siqu, because the screen from the top coming from the idea that usually in a traditional theater you have a curtain in the front. The function is like a curtain, but then it is a more 3D, or you can say a more immersive way to express it. But actually the core is we like to use the new technology and idea to present traditional Siqu.
We all know that for this performance, all the excerpts are from the Smiling Proud Wanderer. Why you choose this book instead of his other works?
I think this book has no fixed historical background. All his other books are related to certain period of Chinese history. This one is very open. It's more like talking about Jianghu. It's like you can say like a metaverse. And also a lot of very important characters from this book, especially Dongfang Bubai, performed by Lin Qingxia, so everyone will remember this character. And I chose it because this is the first time when we adopt it to Siqu, and I think this novel fit the Siqu format very well because of the character, and also because each character can become its own story, and the storyline is very universal. It doesn't need a lot of historical background to explain, and everyone can understand the character more easy than the others.
The stage is set. The actors are in positions. Accompanied by the sorrowful and lingering sound of the erhu, the canonist Nam Yam sets the stage for the opening of Smiling Proud Wanderer. Combined with the Jinhun opera singing style throughout the play and the interweaving of different dialects and music, a unique theatrical performance unfolds before the audience. You choose Nam Yam as the storyteller of the entire story to connect the whole story. I think it is quite clever. It makes the transitions more seamless and more natural. Why you choose Nam Yam as the storyteller? Was it based on the performance characteristics of Nam Yam?
There's a lot of music elements in the novel. A lot of martial art are performed by musicians. There are three types of languages. One is Mandarin, Putonghua, and the other is the Kunqu is Suzhou Hua, Suzhou dialect. And then that's why Nanying is Cantonese. So because we are performing in Hong Kong, and Jin Yong is from Hong Kong, so I like to add this Hong Kong Siqu factor into this.
As we said before, the stage design is quite immersive, and also it's visual captivating. Are you concerned about the innovative stage design and the performance style might overshadow on the audience focus of the actor's performance? How to balance the two?
I think it's not about balance, it's about integration. It's about how the traditional performing arts technique integrate with the technology. If you look at the Siqu costume, it's technology because it can make the performer bigger.
Yeah.
So I believe if in those days, if they have the technology now, I think the Siqu master will use it as well. I think tradition is always transforming. I would say it's the way how we adopt, but then the technology have to understand tradition, have to also respect tradition. It doesn't mean who override who. So we are trying to find not a balance, but the integrations, so that it can create a new kind of experience for audience.
Why we have to innovate? The answer is to present the profound cultural heritage and beauty of China to the world and foster a dialogue between Eastern and Western cultures. If the presentation of traditional culture lacks appeal, then innovation and experimentation are necessary. While preserving its essence, we can revitalize the neglected gems and make them shine again. Criticism and controversy are inevitable, and they can even serve as positive driving forces. Zhiheng has always been exploring the innovative stages and performance of the traditional Chinese opera. Can you tell me the reason behind this and how do you manage to preserve the beauty of the tradition and also while pursuing innovation?
I mean, first I'm Chinese, so for sure I'm very interested in Chinese culture. Siqu as the original form is coming from Chinese classical literature, and Chinese classical literature has a multi-dimensional impact in terms of Chinese art and culture. So calligraphy, ink painting. So I think the concept of Chinese art is very different from Western. I think the idea is also tradition is a very important form to do experiment, because the DNA of Chinese culture is about integration, it's about crossing. It's not just about one particular format. So like Siqu, it's not just opera, it's not just dance, it's not just drama, it's everything. So I think that's the unique character of Chinese culture. When we talk about cultural exchange, you need to have a character so that people will exchange with you. If you are the same, there's no way, there's no point. I think we can truly create a dialogue with the West on an equal basis, that we can generate a new form of cultural dialogue rather than a format that can only fix the Western agenda.
Yeah, but I noticed the majority, or to say most of our audiences, that they are relatively older people or middle-aged audience, so with a relatively lower proportion of youngsters. Do you have any hope for attracting more young people into the theater to appreciate the beauty of the traditional Chinese opera?
Yeah, we did, because we have one special performer for students with demonstration and explanation. I think it takes time to nurture young people to appreciate Chinese culture, because I think in Hong Kong we didn't teach Chinese literature in school at all. We only teach Chinese as a language.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of young people have a different perception of what Chinese culture is. But I think there will be reform. The government Hong Kong government is bringing a new curriculum. So I think this is the right time for kids to understand what Chinese literature is. And I think Chinese literature is very different from Chinese language. And Siqu coming from literature. I'm very optimistic because we are rebooting the whole education mode in Hong Kong. We've also developed an app.
Yeah, I saw the app on the brochure, right?
Yeah.
You can scan the QR code and download the app.
And the app is for the teacher or for the parents in a more mobile-friendly way to show the kids what
traditional opera is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think the unique Hong Kong character is we are bicultural, not just bilingual.
Yeah.
And that's why Hong Kong can facilitate, cultural exchange. And this is what we could do. And cultural understanding takes time, but I think it's a good timing that in the future we can do more in this context.
So we can find out behind the scene there's a whole lot of things happening, both combine traditional beauty and also new ideas, and also the neon light at the entrance. The youngsters may say, "Oh, that is Instagrammable. That's very suitable for sharing and tagging on the social media." Do you think that is a way to connect with the youngsters?
Yes, I think not just the youngster, connect with everyone. But because Hong Kong still have this multi-function mode. We need a special type of performance venues that have more characters. That's why Shenzhen is so popular, because you go to Shenzhen, they have a unique architectural style, they have a bigger theater, they have not just theater but museum and also different type of F&B space. And I think we should reinvent something like that rather than, just very serious way to enjoy performing.
That is kind of a revival of the old tradition, right? Like we used to watch the Cantonese opera in the tea house, and as also we eat things and drink teas.
Yeah, we should do that. But in Hong Kong, we are a little bit too Western. Yeah. So there's a Western concept that you have to be very serious about arts. I think it's okay. It's okay. We can have serious thing, but then I think we should be more diversity, and then we can then facilitate more people that can enjoy art rather than a certain type of people.
So in order to cater to the market or appeal to the taste of youngsters, do you want to sacrifice some kind of the tradition?
I think it's not a sacrifice, it's about how you create a program and then what is the objective of the project. So like this project, we have two objectives. One objective is to let young people to have a basic understanding of what Siqu, traditional Chinese Siqu is. The second is how we integrate art tech with traditional Siqu performer. And I think at this particular time, we combine these two together, have a very unique synergy. But it takes time, and your audience take time to build, because if you don't nurture the audience, you just based on trend, then the audience can go on very easily.
Yeah, but do you afraid of the criticism? Once there is innovation, there will always be criticism, right? Especially from the relatively older audiences. If the show is too experimental or too innovative, they might be saying that, oh, I don't like it, it's not a good thing.
No, I mean, it's like Peking duck. I mean, people enjoy different kind of Peking duck, some too juicy, they don't like. There are many different preferences, And I think, yes, experimentation and also art, art and criticism is a package. And criticism, a positive criticism is a good thing. And people can express what they don't like. But I think the one thing we need to learn, especially from Chinese culture, is respect. Or I respect you means I can criticize you, but I criticize you in a constructive way. Yeah. But then the whole Western concept of yes or no, or zero sum, always zero sum. I don't like you, mean you are not worth exist, So that kind of motive is not healthy. So I think learning Chinese culture, enjoying Chinese culture, also part of it is to learn how to respect.
We cannot say that innovation is always the optimal solution, but it is undoubtedly an essential endeavor in the pursuit of finding the best possible solutions. It encourages experimentation, pushes boundaries, and opens up possibilities that may not have been previously considered. While not every innovation will be successful or universally accepted, the process of trying and learning from both successes and failures is crucial for progress and growth. So, what's your future plan? Are you willing to or interested in exploring more new technologies like virtual reality, interactive media that can be utilized in the traditional Chinese opera to present a more immersive or a brand new style of the experimental performance?
I think future plan two, one is how we set up a lab so that we can do more testing. And through the testing, we can train up more people because you need a lot of technicians and also technicians who can appreciate Chinese culture. Vice versa, the traditional performer should understand more about technology so that they know how to interact with the technology. And also a stronger program in education because that's what they need now. Not just for Hong Kong, we have to learn from Japan, Korea, Thai, because they all also have a lot of interesting innovation in learning or understanding their own traditional culture that we can learn from, and then how we can integrate that. And then I think that's what Hong Kong could do, to absorb both sides.
So do you think Hong Kong has any advantage for promoting traditional Chinese opera?
Yes, we have the talent. We have the policy. The government is very supportive of ArtTech. With the central government position Hong Kong as a East-West cultural center and hub. That's the reason why we could do this project, because of the government support. And this is a very unique way. Hong Kong could do that, and we can make it have stronger impact